Welcome back! Oh my gosh, guys, I'm so excited to talk to you guys today. I have been aching to film another podcast episode. I am not gonna lie to you guys. I am actually halfway through filming the episode, but I forgot to hit record for the first few minutes of the audio on my mic. So I'm giving a little disclaimer here that the audio is about to sound a little bit different for the first couple minutes. But I can't bring myself to re-record 12 minutes because it's just natural when I talk to you guys and I don't want to re-record and make it weird. So just know the first few minutes are going to sound different, but then it's going to pick back up with this lovely mic quality. Okay, I love you guys. Please watch the first few minutes of this without being mad at me. Okay, I love you. Enjoy. Hi guys, what the frick is up? I have been waiting and aching to film another podcast episode because I just have really missed talking to you guys and just sitting and like having a conversation for a little while. And today I like really wanted to just like vent, and this topic is a little more specific to what like I'm going through, but then I thought about it and I was like, this can apply to so many people that I'm just gonna film a whole episode on it and talk about it and my experience with it. So without further mystery, today's topic is moving away from home. I have recently been struggling? I don't know. I've recently gone through this, and I know that it's something that applies to so many people because of college or your early 20s, just moving out in general, and it's so scary, and I feel like I haven't really seen a lot of people talk about it, and so I thought it'd be like a really good podcast episode. Right now, just to give you guys a little life update, okay, I am in my Airbnb in LA. You guys know I Airbnb hop pretty often now. Just kidding. This is only the second time I've done this. But I'm staying in LA for a month. And then I'm gonna go home for a little bit. And then I'm hopefully gonna be back in LA. So I have been experiencing the LA life a little bit. And so I could do a whole episode on that, you guys. Like, LA is crazy. People are crazy here. Just to let you guys know, I want to tell you all the tea that's going on. So I could do a whole episode on just my LA life. But anyway, today we are talking about, I feel like that was something that ASMR people do. They go like, they repeat things 3 times. They're like, anyway. I am currently not feeling great. And I wanted to film this earlier in the day, but I literally had the worst sore throat ever. And I don't know if you can tell, but my voice like isn't completely normal. It's a little raspy, but I kind of love when it's raspy. Like, I don't know, I have a weird obsession with it. Okay, sue me. Today I ordered, I promise we'll get into the topic soon, okay, but I just need to vent. I ordered dumplings and ramen, and not even from the same place, you guys. I literally ordered spicy tonkatsu ramen, and I ordered Din Tai Fung dumplings, and they're both on the way to my apartment right now, and I'm literally shaking and quaking, and that's why I have so much energy, because I just ordered my favorite food ever. I got this soup when I was dying in LA last time I was here. Like, actually dying. Like, I had the worst sickness. I think I had like a million things. Like, I think I had a sinus infection and like a bunch of stuff. And I ordered this magical spicy soup. You guys, it was so freaking good. Anyway, that's on its way to me right now, so I'm excited. Anyway, moral of the story, I am living away from home again, and I realized that like I'm kind of late to the train on like leaving home and like moving away from home, because I went to college like really close to my house. Like, I went to college at Rutgers in New Jersey, and I lived in New Jersey, so it really wasn't that big of a jump for me. But I realized that like a lot of people, when they turn 18, they go like out of state and they go to college and just move away from home. And so I think I'm kind of late to the party, experiencing all these emotions, but I just wanted to talk about it because I know you guys are probably going to go to college soon, or if you're in college, or if you're in your early 20s and you're moving out and you're living alone, or you're living with a roommate. This experience is so weird, okay? Like, it's so much adjusting, and no one talks about how much adjusting it is. Like, it's not really that easy. There's a lot that you go through mentally, and so I wanted to talk about some of the things that I've been going through recently and how I've been getting through it, and just like moving away from home, bro. It's weird. So let's just get into it. All right. This is my second month living alone, and one of the things that I think could be really uncomfortable when you first start living alone is adjusting to alone time. I could totally see this being like a giant problem for other people. It wasn't that big of a difference for me because I was spending a lot of time by myself in quarantine. But when I started living alone, like in November when I was living alone for the first time, I think I was going a little bit insane because the amount of alone time that you have when you move out is weird, and it doesn't feel normal because you can't just walk to the next room and annoy your sibling, or you can't go downstairs and talk to your parents. Like, you're by yourself. And then I would catch myself like just talking to myself like all the time. And it was so weird. But I was also going through like a terrible breakup. So, I mean, I was losing my mind both ways. But it was a lot of adjusting to have that much alone time. And so the first tip that I can tell you guys if you're going through this is to develop a routine, okay? It is so important. And I used to be like, routines are for those clean girls on TikTok who wake up at 6 a.m. Like, I don't need a routine. Routines keep you sane, I've realized. And they give you something to do. They give you a feeling of satisfaction because you're checking off your to-do list. Develop a routine that includes things that you really love and things that are good for you, and force yourself to do these things. For example, my routine currently is to wake up super early. I basically wake up when the sun rises. And I know that that's so weird. Like, I used to be like someone who woke up at like 8 or 9. And now I kind of wake up at around 7, 6 most days. It's different. But it's like the routine that works for me because I love daylight, and I know that it's going to be really good for my mental health to be up when the sun is out. So I get up early now. Another thing I've developed in my routine is going for a run. And I don't know. I didn't always take this seriously. I didn't do it consistently. But like living alone, I know that I need to get my energy out for the day. Like, it's just like these things that you don't even realize you need to like take care of yourself when you start living alone and moving out. So I think physical exercise is like really important for your mental health. Like, I'm not even just saying that. I know a million people are going to tell you that in your life, but it is so important to just like get outside and experience the world, okay? Even if it's cold where you live, even if whatever, you know, no excuses. I think that it's really important for your mental health. Another thing is like developing like what you're gonna eat, and like literally just basic necessities like getting exercise, developing like what meals you're gonna eat. Make it fun, okay? That's my advice. Go on TikTok, find recipes that you're actually really excited to make. I made kimchi fried rice with turkey bacon in it, and it slaps. Was it the healthiest? Probably not, but I had fun making it, and it was cooking, and I'm developing that skill, you know what I mean? I think a big part of being by yourself and feeling okay is making sure you're learning things and constantly trying new things, because it's honestly just so weird to have that much alone time. But once you like have a routine and you know, okay, I need to get up, go for my run, I need to get ready for the day, I need to make sure I have the right groceries where I live, I need to, like, once you start checking those things off, you'll have like a routine and you won't feel like you have so much time by yourself where you're scared and worried, okay? So that's tip number 1, is developing a whole routine. Another thing that I feel like I just want to talk about when it comes to moving away from home is who you surround yourself with. Like, whether it's college or you just moved to like a new place and you're living in an apartment or whatever your situation is, it is really important who you surround yourself with. And I know like people tell you that all the time, like it matters who you surround yourself with, but it really does, and it affects like how you feel all the time. If you have a friend group or all these individual friends who don't make you feel great on the inside, you're not gonna feel great on the inside. And I feel like that just like feels like common sense, but it's so easy sometimes to just make friends out of convenience, even if their lifestyle isn't really like what aligns with you. If they, you know, go out drinking all the time and you don't like to do that, but you just do it anyway because you need friends. Like, that's not a good place to be at, you know? You need to do things that are good for you and that fuel you. And you will attract people who are the same, I promise. But like, be picky about who you're friends with, because who you're friends with literally feeds like what energy you give off to the world. I promise you and your friends do kind of mesh into a similar personality. So you have to be careful who you surround yourself with, okay? Another thing you have to be careful of that I've learned recently is that not everyone is going to have the same heart as you. I have kind of learned this the hard way since I've been like away from home. meeting a ton of new people in a new city, you can't expect everybody you meet to have the same heart that you do and the same mindset and the same care for people that you do. You are a positive, beautiful light in this world, and not everyone is going to appreciate that. Not everyone is going to be the same way as you, but that doesn't mean that you should dull yourself down or try to care less, or I don't know. Basically, since I moved to LA, I've met a lot of people who are very self-interested and just not always looking out for the people around them and not always looking out for their friends, and they kind of just look at everything as a transaction. And I don't think this is just LA. I think this is anywhere in life that you move. You're gonna meet people who are not as caring as you are, and you can't be surprised by this, but just know that there are people out there who care like you do, who share the same light and positivity as you do, and you don't have to surround yourself with people who don't deserve to be around you. I saw this quote on TikTok that was like, water can be free at Starbucks, $8 at the grocery store. I don't actually remember the quote. It was like, oh my gosh. It was like, water can be free at a restaurant and $8 at yeah, you get the point. Water can cost a bunch of different things. So if you feel like you are being undervalued, maybe you're just in the wrong place. It was something like, you guys get the point. But basically, I just botched that whole quote. It could have been really deep and nice. Sorry, guys. But basically, not everyone is going to value you or see the value that you bring to the world. Not everyone is going to treat you the way you deserve to be treated. And because you're on your own now, I want you to kind of realize that you are so valuable, and the positivity and your personality and your light that you shine out to others, it's not always going to be appreciated. And there are going to be people who do appreciate it, and I want you to wait to find friends like that who really value you, and that's when you can invest in those friendships. Because just be careful. Just be careful about who you're trusting. And oh my gosh, there's a spider in my room. Oh my gosh, there's a spider. Oh my gosh, I can't do this right now. I can't do this right now, guys. I really can't. This is my last straw. Are there two? Oh no, there's just one. Anyway, just be careful who you surround yourself with, guys. And just because someone doesn't value you or makes you feel like you're not cool or uninteresting or something, I promise it's them and it's not you. And oh my gosh, it's crawling towards me. Oh my gosh, guys, I can't do this. It's gonna crawl on the pillow. It's gonna crawl on the pillow. It's going onto the bed. I don't know what to do. I don't want to kill it. Oh my gosh. Okay, I need to take a pause really quick. Okay, the spider is just chilling for now, so we're gonna leave each other alone. Okay, I cannot even lie. I am so freaking weird right now. Okay, I'm feeling a little mad. You wanna know why? Because I just recorded literally 12 minutes of this podcast and realized I did not hit the record button on my computer. Oh my gosh. Let's deep breaths. Okay, another thing that like I kind of have experienced since I have been away from home is just like when you live with like a roommate for the first time, or like college, or like you're just hanging out with people, because like you have a lot more time to hang out with people even if you're like living alone. You kind of like become really involved in everyone's lives that you know, because you have so much more time to invest in like friendships and stuff and like who you're dating and blah, 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 blah. So you become like really invested and kind of like soak up other people's energies. And it's definitely like a weird adjustment. Like I will find myself kind of like needing time alone so that I don't really get too soaked up in other people's lives or like soaking up other people's energy too much. I don't know if this makes sense to anybody, but like I am so receptive to other people's energy, and like if I'm around someone a lot, I will kind of like turn into their energy, and it's like, that's why it is so important for you to be like very selective of who you spend your time with. And not only that, but like make sure you have time alone so that you can kind of recharge your own energy. You need time to be you. You need time to like soak in and kind of think about who you want to be without the noise of everybody else. And that's why it's so important to be alone. Like when you're surrounded and hanging out with people all the time, you really do, like, say you're dating like someone who's kind of dull or like boring or like doesn't have a lot of energy or is very chill. For me, whenever I was in that situation, I would like start to chill out my own personality, and like I wouldn't even be myself all of the time. Like my personality would just start turning into them, and after months I would realize I'm not the same person that I used to be. Like I am a dulled out version of myself because I was surrounded by someone who was super chill all the time. And guess what? I am not meant to be super chill, okay? I'm meant to have a lot of energy, and I accept that. And that's who I want to be because that's me. But when you're surrounded by like other people, you tend to just like soak up whatever they are like, and it's really not good to be like that. And you really need to like just recognize that that's going to happen and take time for yourself so that you don't end up like that, because then you kind of become dependent on these people, and you want to know who you are without anybody else around so that you can fully be confident in yourself. Like if you only know your identity to be with your best friend, like you and your best friend are the same person, blah, 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 blah. If you and your best friend stop being friends one day, you're just going to feel lost and weird because you don't have your own personality and your own things going on. And so you can't be soaked up in other people's lives too much because you kind of drive yourself insane, not going to lie. Like you need to have your own goals, have your own things going on, know what your personality is without anybody else there. And that's the only way that you can really be truly independent. And that's why it's so important to like be alone. Like people give so much crap on the internet when I say that alone time is important and spending time by yourself is important and taking yourself on dates is important. I get so much like negative feedback from people, but it's so true. Like I don't know how these people are going around not spending time alone or needing alone time. Like it's really not normal. And I grew up like a lot of my teen years were like, no, I just want to be social all the time and not be alone. But it's so important. It is so important, especially if you can make your own schedule now because you moved away from home. Schedule time in for yourself. Schedule time in to like create your own goals and have your own stuff going on and be away from everybody else, okay? I just wanted to talk about like also the fact that moving away from home can make you feel really lost and clouded and hazy. And I just wanted to say that this is completely normal because it's one of the main things that I struggled with when I moved out was just kind of like you have so much time on your hands and your whole life you're told what's next for you. You're told what the next step is. You know what the next step is. And there's no guessing until you move away from home. And then everything is up for grabs. Your life is yours to create. And it's really scary. Like it's a really scary feeling to know that it's scary, but it's also exciting to know that you can create any type of life you want. And I think when I was in college and I realized that for the first time, I had a lot of like identity crises because I was kind of like, what do I want with my life? Like, what do I want to be? Blah, blah, blah. Like, I need to figure out who I want to be. I need to figure out how I'm going to get there. And I put so much pressure on myself. This was when I was 18. I put so much pressure on myself to figure out my life and to like know what I wanted next. And to be honest, you don't need to know what you want. Okay, you can take your time. You can just exist and experience life without having to have it all planned out. Because honestly, nothing's ever going to work out the way that you plan it to in life. That's just how it goes. So you kind of just need to gravitate towards what makes you happy and you'll figure it out. You will figure it out. I promise you. That was a good quote for TikTok. Just saying. Okay, anyway. I just want to let you guys know that it's so normal to feel lost and like you have no idea what you're doing. And let me just tell you, nobody has any idea what they're actually doing in life. Like I promise you, everyone is lost. Everyone's just trying to figure it out. Everyone is pretending like they have their life together. And don't compare yourself to how you think someone else is doing and how you think how successful you think someone else is being at life, because most of the time everyone's just trying to figure it out and no one really knows what they're doing, and that's just the truth of it all. And the more that you compare yourself to other people, the more you're going to drive yourself crazy, because no one has it figured out. We just kind of pretend like we do. Okay, and this goes for like college, early 20s, like literally everyone's just trying to figure it out. And my only advice to you, if you're like freaking out because you don't know what you want to do with your life, or you're freaking out because you don't think you're as ahead as you should be, is that you don't have any sort of timeline. Everyone is on a different timeline, and you should only be focused on doing things that really bring you joy and that you find fulfillment in. And then life has a funny way of just like working itself out. But just do what makes you happy. Like, do what makes you feel like you, and like really makes you feel full on the inside. Bro, I thought there was a spider on me. For me, it's filming videos. Like, I feel at peace. I feel like myself. I feel like I'm on the right path when I film, and I just like continue to pursue it for years and years and years. And when I was 18, I did not think that I would like get anywhere with making videos at one point. Like, I had such a crisis because I just got to college and everyone was telling me to, you know, pick a major in finance or blah. And I was like, I just want to be a YouTuber and I just want to make videos for a living and I just want to do, and everyone told me, you know, maybe you should look at government, maybe you should try a different job because you're, you know, you have so much potential, and you know, blah, blah, blah. There was so many voices in my head trying to tell me who I should be. And I am so happy that I listened to myself, you guys, because this is what I love doing and this is what I've made my life into. But when I was 18 and I had 2,000 YouTube subscribers and I was making videos that were barely getting views because I was just doing it for me, and I really did want to build that community of people who I love, who I have now, but I didn't have it at the time, and I didn't really see a general direction, but I would just keep making videos. And then when TikTok came out, that's kind of like how things started. But I really just had hope that something would work out for me. And I kept doing what made me happy, even though everyone told me not to. And that's just what you have to do in life. You can't let other people win. You can't let other people tell you who to be or what to do with your, like, what you need to do with your life, because you just need to make yourself happy. And that should be your number one priority, is making you happy and you fulfilled, because you come first. You need to take care of yourself. And I don't know, when you kind of move away from home and you're like figuring out your life and what you want to do, just don't forget about what makes you feel happy. And I don't know, that was kind of a good note to end on. I don't know. I know this week's episode is going to be like a little bit shorter, but that's kind of everything I wanted to talk about. I mean, it's just really crazy how different life becomes when you move away from home. And I just wanted to talk to you guys and like kind of start a conversation about this, because it's such a weird feeling, and there's so many different struggles that people go through, you know, moving into college or moving into a new apartment or city or whatever. And it's just like so weird. So I don't know. Let me know what you guys think if you're going through this, or if you're younger, definitely save this video because this will come in handy one day. And I don't know. I feel like we should just talk about it in the comments and just talk about life, because this is just really a conversation starter. I kind of want to know if you guys are going through this or other struggles that you guys faced when you moved out, or if you're moving out, or if you're scared to go to college or move away from home. Let me know. Like, I don't know. There's just so many parts of it, and it's scary, and mentally it's like draining to kind of be on your own. And I just wanted to let you know that you're not alone. Okay? We have each other. I freaking love you guys. And this vent sesh was very much needed, for at least for me. So I love you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this one, and let me know what other topics you want to cover in the pod. I am so sorry that the beginning of this was just my camera audio. I want to cry, but it is what it is, and hopefully you guys enjoyed and listened to the end. If you are at the end, you're listening, wow, I freaking love you. You are like elite. You are like the best type of person there is, okay? And I just freaking love you guys, and I will talk to you in the next one. Okay, bye.